Hello friend, Merry Christmas. This is Golden Sun. One of our friends suggests, can we make an app using ObjC, the ancient programming language used by Apple many years ago. Okay, I think it's a good idea. So let's start from scratch. And here is the GitHub repository. Let's create one here so you guys can check the latest code here, right? Anytime you want. So let's use this TicTacToe, right? We don't need the complicated application to show the ObjC stuff. Okay, so ObjC TicTacToe dash ObjC, yeah, and simple TicTacToe game in Objective C. Okay, public sure, add readme. Okay, so do we have ObjC? Yeah, here you see Objective C. And license MIT. Yeah, create repository. The code is here. Select the URL, then go to the terminal. Make sure we are inside Xcode workspace. Yeah. Let's do git clone this guy and the cd TicTacToe ObjC. Okay, here it is empty, so let's create an Xcode project from scratch. Now let's close this one, create a new Xcode project. So here, this screen is the same as before. iOS, app, next. Now, here, instead of using Swift, we select, right? We select ObjC here. And the syntax is quite different from Swift. Product TicTacToe, right? And the storyboard, yes, that, sure. We'll put our TicTacToe ObjC here, right? This guy. This is our current project directory here. You see, TicTacToe ObjC. So we'll put our project file under this directory. Create. So here, let's use the smallest simulator, and it should be runnable when we create it. So everything's fine. This empty project is runnable, and you see every class has two files, .m and .h, the header file and the the implementation file here, right? So app and view controller, which we are familiar with. In Swift, there's just one file, like view controller.swift. But here in ObjC, we have .h. They separate the header and the implementation. Okay, so let's make a commit for this one. Okay, created TicTacToe Xcode project using ObjC. Okay, clean and push, so you guys can check out this one to play with that. It's very easy to Google the syntax of ObjC. Okay, the most of the coding concept behind this app is same as when we use Swift. Yeah. So okay, so let's draw the tic-tac-toe board. Okay, we'll create a class of something like board view, and we'll put it inside our main storyboard here, right? Do we have a smaller template here? This one? Okay, this is very small. Now this part is same. We'll scroll down to find the view. Where's the view? Here, this guy. Drag it and put it here, and we'll change its background color like system gray. Okay, the light gray, and we'll introduce this auto layout constraint, which, because we don't write the code, so this part is same, this step is same whatever language we are using, right? ObjC or Swift at full constraints. Okay, so we'll change the aspect ratio to 1:1, so we make it a perfect square. Now run it. Yeah, cool. We have our board view there. No, not yet. This is just a UI view. Let's create our view. So new file. So everything has to be Cocoa Touch class. Yes, iOS. We'll use ObjC as a language. Okay, so like board view. We'll create the two files, .h and .m, right? So this one is our .h. Let's move it up a little bit to put it here, for example, under the view controller. Yeah, we will put our drawing code here. Okay, delete that. So this is a function, you see. This is the function name. This is the return type. And here, this is the parameter, like that. It's just the syntax, different syntax. Okay, so oh, we need to set the view, our light gray view, to our select. Make sure it's selected, and go to here, class. Let's use our board view class. Okay, now we can go back to focus on drawing code. Yeah, so let's show how to print out something on the console, right? There's no print. Oh, do we have that? I'm not sure, but it might not work. The normal way is like that, NSLog. Okay, so let's put a string here. Merry Christmas. Right? Merry Christmas, my dear friends. Okay, here we need a semicolon to end that one. Let's run it. Command R. Merry Christmas. Oh, sorry, a typo here. And try it again. Yes. Okay. So if you want to log whatever on the console, just use nslog. And if we want to put a like some variable, we do for example, let's print out the rect dot size dot width. Okay, so we can use something like width equals like f. Run it. Yes, you see, there's another typo. Sorry about that. I'm too happy here because this is Christmas Eve. Now let's try to draw our first line. So the syntax to create a UI Bezier path is like the type first, UI Bezier path. This is a pointer, right? So it's like the pointer in C program language. Okay, so now here is the funny thing, right? The function call, we send a message to the function, the callee, right? The receiver. So here is how we create our UI Bezier path. Allocate the memory and initialize like that. Don't forget the semicolon here. After that, we can, we always use the square bracket to send a message, to call a function. Okay, so here we need to do a path, right? Move to point, right? So to create a point, we need another function call cg call graphic point make. Okay, now here is what we are familiar. For example, let's start from x. Okay, so 100, y maybe 0. Okay, semicolon. Now pass space, add line 2, right? The function name is still similar or same, cg point make. So we'll draw a vertical line. So this one, let's put 300. Now we can call its stroke, right? Like that, thanks to the auto completion right here. So we can get the like 90% of the syntax out. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, you see, it works, right? And now let's set its line width and the color. Okay, pass dot line width equals 5. And what about the color? UI color, and that's, so there's two function call here. One, we get the color like brown color, then we call set color, right? Set, like that. Okay, run it. Very nice. So let's put it in the perfect location of like 1/3 of this view, right? So that's defined our a variable, local variable, like the square side. Okay, the square is our one cell of our 9 squares of the board. So cg float square side equals self dot bounds dot size dot width divided by 3, right? That's our, yeah, it's this guy divided by 3, so it will be exactly 1/3 from the left. So we'll use this here, square side 0. So here square side, and this one is 3 times square side, right? Okay, run it. Now let's use our for loop. So the for loop is pretty like the for loop in C program language. Initialization, condition, increment. Okay, so we'll use like int I equals 0 to condition I, that's then 2, right? We need 2 of them, increment I plus plus. So now we can move this one to here, so we can have 2 vertical lines. So this one will be, I think it will be I plus 1, right? So when I is 0, it will be 1 square side is here. When I is 1, it will be 2 square side, right? So from left, 2 square side. Yeah, that's the location we need. And same thing here for the end point. Okay, now run it. Yeah, very good. It's perfectly, it's evenly divided. Now we need another 2 vertical lines, right? And we can still use this same for loop. We only need to switch the x and y, right? So let's move this one to the front, 0 here, and 3 times that, and put it here, and we are done. Run it. This is our game board. Okay, so oh, let's create a function for that, right? To see how we can mimic this function definition like that. So void for return type, we don't need to return anything if we draw board, right? And we don't need this because there's no parameter for our function. Now let's move this everything here to put it inside that. Then how do we make a function call? Self send message to draw. Yeah, it's like that. And of course semicolon, run it. Yes, gorgeous. Thank you for watching. See you next time.